So in this video, I'm just gonna kind of talk about how I started riding motorcycles, how it all started for me. Got a beautiful day out here, man, so I figured I'd go out and make a video. I'm gonna start being more active again. Springtime's here, so it's riding season again, and here we are, baby. But to start out the story, on how I got started riding motorcycles. First off, my dad rode motorcycles, my brother rode motorcycles, so that means that I ride motorcycles. This right here, over here, is where I first learned to ride a motorcycle. All this shit wasn't here, it was just an open field. But this is literally where it all started, right there. Man, there's just so many memories over here. Wow. This place has just changed so much, but this is it, man. This is where I learned to ride. I know it doesn't look like much, but it used to be just an open field. That pond was there, and we kind of just go around it, and there was jumps. The guy that owned it raced motorcycles, and I kind of just, I don't know, I'd always fuck with him. He didn't really like me, but I'd always be like, you know, like, yeah, man, I won this race and this and that and this, and I'm like, no, you didn't, man, no, you didn't. So the first bike I ever owned was a 1995 Honda Cub. And that was actually the best bike that I could have possibly learned on, because there was no clutch, there was no gears, it was literally a throttle and 2 brakes. And you just learn how to ride the bike, nothing else. The bike was originally my brother's. He gave it to me when he upgraded, and that's what I had to ride. My dad kind of rode me around on it, and then I kind of just watched and got the gist of things. And we literally would come over here, like back in the day, no one really cared, man. Like, you could ride your dirt bike anywhere. Nowadays, like, oh my god, there's a guy on a dirt bike, let's call the cops. Yeah, that was the best first bike I could have ever owned, man. Like, I literally just learned how to ride, take out all the fear of, like, all the other shit, you know, because you got to worry about, it's overwhelming, man. When you first start, you got to clutch, gears, brakes, like, you got to balance all this shit, where are the gears at, like, you know, it's kind of a lot. So I think me just riding with no gears, throttle and 2 brakes was like the best thing for me. You know, I had been riding that for a little while, and I was lucky enough to have this guy that raced dirt bikes behind my neighborhood. He had multiple dirt bikes, but he had a CRF 100. And that was my first time actually learning how to ride a clutch with gears on a bike. I think the bike was like a 1999, 01, something like that. It was an old bike, but I don't know. Once I learned how to do that, man, then I was like, man, I gotta have the clutch and gears. Like I said, I had an automatic dirt bike / scooter, or whatever the hell you want to call it. So I begged my dad for this KX 100, and I went to go look at it, and he was like, I'm not buying you that, man, but I will buy you one. So then some time passed, and we found this YZ125, man. That bike, wait till I get into this. Found it in Sterling, didn't buy it that day. The guy wouldn't take a check, so we had to wait a few days. It was like a Sunday, we couldn't get cash or something like that. So then I got that bike, man, and literally, like, I didn't even have it for like 2 or 3 days, something like that. I blew it up, and it was a 2-stroke. My brother, I mentioned that he had my first dirt bike. Well, after he got rid of that, he upgraded to a 252 stroke, and I was like, man, that thing sounds good. Like, I want that. Like, the sound, I want that. So then I got that 2-stroke that I told you about, and my brother and my dad were there, like, hey man, like, as soon as I got it, hey man, you want us to help you mix the gas? I'm like, no, I got it. Let me do it. So my dumbass mixes the gas, ride it for like, you know, a day or something. I'm surprised it lasted that long. But long story short, I used fork oil to mix in the gas tank. I was excited, and I knew you had to mix gas, and I just grabbed oil and mixed it. And it was actually fork oil, the oil that goes in these forks right here. I put that in the gas tank. It cost my dad money, you know, he's pissed about it and everything. He's like, you dumbass, man, I told you. And then I blew it up a few more times. My brother actually blew it up the next time. We didn't break it in. He just ripped it and it blew up. And then, I don't know, man, it was just never ending. My dad, I remember I'd be riding, and every time I call him, he'd be like, listen, man, quit fucking calling me. Every time you call me, it's like a $500 phone call. I got a Suzuki Quad LTZ 400 for my 16th birthday, and I knew nothing about taking care of it. Like, don't know, I was like 16 years old, man. I kind of just rode it, you know, and that thing would never break, man. Like, I literally probably changed the oil like one time in 3 years, you know. And then as I got older, I was like, okay, I need to maintain this thing. But I was just amazed by how reliable it was. And from that day on, like, every single motorcycle I got after that was a Suzuki. And then that's when I took my dirt bike skills to the next level, and I ended up getting a 252 stroke because everybody was upgrading, like all my friends. I was like, you know, like, I guess I'll upgrade too. And that's when I got the RM 250, and I rode that thing like in 2016, 2017, and even 2018, like in the summer. I would ride that thing like every single day, you know. I loved it. And then, like, I don't know, the spot where we ride, kind of they started getting more strict about it, because my whole thing is I'm riding for free, man. I ain't paying. I don't believe in paying to ride a motorcycle. Like, screw that. So then it just became hard to ride, and that's kind of where I am right now. And yeah, that's where I got to this bike. I've wanted this bike for a long time, but my dad, when I was younger, was like, you know what, I'm not gonna be a part of buying you something like that. And I'm actually glad he did it. Is this a good first street bike? I'm gonna kind of cover that and give you my opinion on that in the next video. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.